Hey guys, welcome in the Dacia Spring Electric Extreme Edition. This is a new version of the Dacia Spring, which is about 50% more powerful than a regular Dacia Spring. Now in this video, I'm going to tell you everything you need to know about this super powerful electric car. I'm going to show you the interior, the exterior, and we're going to take this car out for a drive. I don't have to tell you that electric cars are very expensive, and even small compact electric cars are usually very expensive. Except for the Dacia Spring. That is the cheapest electric car that you can buy in Europe. Depending on where you can buy it, it's around 20,000 euros. But the problem with the Dacia Spring is that it is very slow because it doesn't have any power. It only has 45 horsepower. But now Dacia is introducing a new version, the Extreme version, and that's the car I'm driving right now. This car has a lot more power because the regular Dacia Spring only has 45 horsepower and this Extreme version has, wait for it, 65 horsepower. Now that still doesn't sound like a lot of horsepower, but it actually is plenty for a car like this because this is a very light electric car. It only weighs like 1,000 kilos, which is just lightweight for an electric car. And so 65 horsepower instant torque is plenty for a car like this. And I would say in some occasions the car even has too much power because the wheels can't really handle it when it's raining. So today I'm driving in Vienna on a rainy day, and if I'm putting my pedal to the floor, I'm only getting wheel spin in this car. So you really have to be careful with the throttle when it is raining. Here we go. Yeah, I'm only getting wheel spin. Even up to like 40 kilometers an hour, this car still gets wheel spin on a rainy day like this. But don't get me wrong, I'm not complaining because I actually really like this car because it now feels like a proper electric car. Because it's pretty fast, it's pretty zippy, it is really easy to pass cars. Not just in the town, but also on the countryside. This is still a pretty fast car. I think at a 0 to 100 times almost halved, because it used to do 0 to 100 or like 0 to 62 miles an hour in like 21 seconds, which was really slow, and now it only does it in like 13 seconds, which still isn't that amazing, but it is fast enough for a car like this. And this car is all about driving in and around the city, and 0 to 50 kilometers an hour only takes 4 seconds, which is pretty fast. Now the motor is the only thing that they changed on this car technically, so the battery is still the same. You still get a 27 kilowatt hour battery that gives this car a range of 220 kilometers, which is 10 kilometers less than the regular Spring that only has 45 horsepower, which is still available, by the way, the 45 horsepower Dacia Spring. This Extreme version is just another version that they're offering. You can still charge this car at home with 7.4 kilowatts, meaning that you need around 5 hours to give this car a full charge. According to Dacia, most owners are not doing that. They're not buying a wall box at home. They're just putting this car in a regular household socket. And then the car needs around 13 hours, which is still doable, I guess. You need like a full night to charge it. And that saves a lot of money because a wall box is like 1,500 euros, and then you need to install it, that needs probably another 500 euros. So you can save a lot of money by just putting this car in a household socket. Now it is possible to fast charge this car, but that is an option on this car. You have to pay a little bit extra, I believe it's like 500 euros. And then this car can fast charge up to 30 kilowatts, which is not that much. And then the car needs like 50 minutes to charge from 0 to 80%. So this car really isn't made for long distance traveling, and that's what they're telling me at Dacia. This is a city car, and most owners of this Dacia Spring are only using the car in the city. According to Dacia, the average owner of a Spring only travels like 31 kilometers a day and only travels like 26 kilometers an hour on average. And so according to Dacia, nobody really needs more power in this car or even a bigger battery, because most people, like I said, only travel 31 kilometers a day. And in the city, this car can do up to 305 kilometers. So only if you're staying within the city limits, not driving too fast, you can do around 300 kilometers. And then you only need to charge this car once a week. Now Dacia also changed the exterior and the interior of this Extreme version. You get a new color on this car, which is called Slate Blue. It's this metallic blue color. And the car also has a lot of copper color elements all around the car. So for example, on the side of the car you get some copper elements on the mirror caps, and also there's a copper colored Dacia logo on the side as well. Also on the back of the car you get Dacia spelled out in full in coppered letters. You also get these new black wheels. They're pretty small, but you do get a lot of rubber, so that means you get a pretty comfortable ride on this Dacia Spring. Now I have to say this car is still pretty roomy inside. This is actually a very small car. It's not even 4 meters long. It's like 3 meters and 80 centimeters, but you still get plenty of room in the back. And there's like 280 liters of luggage space, or 290 I believe, which is exceptionally large for such a small car. I do have to say the backseat area is not that big. It is small, it is pretty cramped, especially if you're an adult. It's really hard to fit back there, but for kids it's probably plenty. Here in the front of the car you also get a lot of copper color elements, for example here on the door panels, also around the air vents, and also here on the center console you get some copper elements all around it. And so that's basically everything you need to know in a nutshell about this new extreme version of the Dacia Spring Electric. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and if you want to see more videos like this in the future, don't forget to hit that subscribe button, and then I'll see you in the next one.